Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, welcome to the madness. Today, we're diving into episode 13 of The Haunted Palace. And trust me, this one is intense. The episode opens 100 years in the past, where we see a king on the run with his men, relentlessly pursued by his enemy. Exhausted from constant travel and hiding, the king longs for rest and stability. That's when a military soldier named Gummy appears and offers him shelter in a nearby village called Yunan. The king agrees. However, as they approach the village, word reaches them that the enemy has found out about the king's destination. Panicked, the king asks Gummy what to do. Then, he suggests raising his flag in the village to create a decoy, making it seem like he's staying there. Gummy refuses. His family and innocent villagers live there. But the king dismisses his concerns, saying that sacrifices are necessary in such times. When Gummy continues to resist, he is knocked unconscious and tied up. Soon after, the enemy invades the village and massacres everyone. Back in the present, Listen reveals that they finally uncovered the identity of the ghost with the deformed feet. It's all a revenge story. Overcome with guilt, he admits that his own ancestors were responsible for the tragedy. The king sends him away. Kangchul, meanwhile, reflects that Gummy may not have been the only one involved in this story. They know he's the fire ghost, but Kangchul suspects there's more that was never written in any book. Yori and Kangchul step outside, and Yori questions how any king could sacrifice innocent lives so easily. She tells Kangchul he must witnessed it all 100 years ago. At that moment, Yori sees Yunan, his soul, and starts following him. Yunan runs, but eventually stops. As Yori calls out his name, Kangchul arrives and Yunan vanishes. When Kangchul asks what happened, Yori confirms she saw Yunan too. She wonders if he survived the ghost's attack. Kangchul says that's impossible. The ghost is far more powerful now. If Yunan survived, it was because the ghost let him go, and that must mean something. Elsewhere, Li Guang is seen resting in the palace. Gas Sub and the security team are nearby. Suddenly, the 8-foot ghost appears and tries to attack Li Guang, but he's protected by a special stone. The ghost fails to harm him. Meanwhile, Yori is seen preparing for a ritual to summon Yunan's soul. But Kangchul arrives, telling her they need to leave for Insun. Nearby, Yunan silently watches them go. When they reach Insun, she thanks Kangchul for saving her life. Kangchul says it wasn't him. It was Yori who saved her, even in the past. Insun asks why they're always together, like siblings. Yori replies that their bond is even deeper. Insun notices Yori's ring and begins to understand. Kangchul sees the plant Gas Sub gave Yori, now in Insun's care, and remembers asking Gas Sub about it. Gas Sub had told him that the plant would bloom with protective power when the time came. Soon after, a letter arrives for the king informing him of Bongin's death. Kangchul and Yori are outside, and Kangchul remembers asking Gas Sub about the plant's powers. Then they try to meet the king, but are stopped by Young Sang, who says the king is mourning Bonjin. Inside the palace, a man speaks with a soldier about wanting Bongin's position and instructs him to find Pungsan, who might be able to help. The king then appears and tells Wanub that although his ancestors acted based on what they thought was right, he cannot overlook Wanub's recent actions, specifically killing broker Yansu. The king demands he return to the palace to be punished. Wanub agrees. Nearby, Yori tells Kangchul that she plans to perform a ritual to send Yansa's soul away forever. During the ritual, Yansa's soul emerges, and Yori asks Yensun to leave, but he refuses, saying he wants revenge. Yori gently asks Yansu if he can forgive, but he says nothing. Yensun screams that he knew this bastard would never say sorry. Yori accepts the truth and invites Yansu to enter her body, and he does. Possessed, Yori confronts the man and demands answers. The man finally realizes who she is and kneels, apologizing and promising to take care of her family. Yansu is satisfied and disappears peacefully. Meanwhile, The same ambitious man finally meets Pungsan, who tells him Yunan killed Banjin. Yunan is a dragon, he reveals. Pungsan offers to help him take Bongin's place, but there will be conditions. Kangchul and Yori return to their home and meet Yunan's mother, who offers them food. Yunan watches quietly from a distance. In the palace, the king reunites with his family. That night, Gas Sub speaks with Kangchul and Yori, revealing that the ghost had returned and tried to kill Li Guang. Only the stone saved him. The ghost is now stronger than ever. Later, Kangchul steps outside, attempting to use his powers but fails. He feels weak, almost human. He wonders aloud how he can protect Yori like this. Wanoob is punished and dragged out. Insun visits her father, who reassures her he's okay. Kangchul also visits and asks about the plant. Insun says she waters it every day because it was a gift from him. Kangchul asks her to inform him when it blooms completely. She wonders why it's so special to him, but he doesn't answer. Later, the king meets Yori and explains his plan to apologize to the violent ghost through a ritual. Yori agrees, but insists Kangchul must not be present. The others protest. Who will protect them if the ghost appears? Kangchul refuses to stay behind. Afterward, he confronts Yori. "Why are you doing this?" he asks. Yori says, "You never wanted to be here in the first place." Kangchul comes closer and asks, "What are you thinking?" But just then, a woman arrives and tells Yori the Queen Dowager has summoned her. Yori meets the Queen Dowager, who asks if Yori has discovered the ghost's identity. Yori refuses to reveal it. The queen then asks if her son's soul has reached heaven. Yori says no, it's still trapped by the ghost. The queen breaks down, admitting she caused her son's death. A little girl's soul appears and tells Yori what to do. Yori instructs the queen to retrieve her son's pouch from his room and pray sincerely. Later, the queen finds the pouch and begins to pray. The little girl's soul then tells Yori she wants to meet her mother. Yori brings her a pair of shoes and guides her toward peace. Meanwhile, the king is deeply troubled by the history of innocent bloodshed. Kangchul arrives and comforts him. Above, Yunan watches and then retreats, saying he's lost everything. Nearby, Pusan watches Yunan cry and whispers that his suffering will make him obedient. Later that night, Kangchul drinks with a man who remembers Pungsan's orders. Get Yunan drunk and bring him in. The man leads Kangchul to a mysterious room, where Kangchul sees talismans and artifacts. Suddenly, he hears a strange sound and collapses. Yori, unaware, realizes Kangchul is missing. Someone brings his unconscious body back, saying he drank too much Bujia wine. The next morning, Kangchul wakes up. Yori and his mother are beside him. Yori asks if he's okay, and when he responds with her name, she realizes something shocking. This isn't Kangchul. It's Yunan inside his body. Meanwhile, Pungsan explains that Kangchul is being slowly consumed. His soul is fading, and Yunan is taking full control. Yori panics, wondering if Yunan is here, then where is Kangchul? The episode ends there, haunting, emotional, and ready to unravel further in episode 14.